The aftermath of the shocking death sends waves of grief through Albert Square, leaving one resident accused of murder. Tonight's installment resumes from the chaos of last night, where a heated altercation ended in disaster. Although the fatal blow was struck by accident, another man now finds himself taking the blame. A father under fire. The episode opens with the accused still in police custody, being grilled about the stabbing. He insists it was an accident, an act of self-defense, but the audience knows he's shielding someone else. In truth, he's covering for his own son, who delivered the fatal strike. Tension fills every moment as he fights to remain composed. His only focus is keeping his son safe, no matter the personal cost. The tragic chain of events. The night before, the troubled young man, suffering from withdrawal and desperation, had been on his way to meet a dealer when he got a warning that danger was coming. When he reached the scene, he found his friend being threatened with a knife. Rushing to intervene, he lunged at the attacker, sparking a violent struggle that spiraled out of control. Amid the chaos, the knife turned, and the blow proved fatal. By the time his father arrived, his friend had run off, and the attacker lay lifeless. Rather than letting his son face prison, the father made a fateful decision. He would confess. Despite his son's desperate pleas to tell the truth, he surrendered himself to the police and admitted to the killing, determined to protect his child's future, even if it cost him his own freedom. A mother in turmoil. At home, the mother fights to keep the household from collapsing. Her son is racked with guilt, unable to live with what happened, while the younger boy struggles to understand why his world has fallen apart. She tries to console them both, torn between her instinct to protect and her growing fear that her husband's sacrifice could destroy the entire family. She reassures her eldest that he acted only to defend himself and to save a friend, but the weight of his actions haunts him relentlessly. Friends rally around. Elsewhere, close friends arrive at the door, deeply concerned about what's happening. They insist that help is needed, and fast. They believe that only one man, with the right connections, can help secure legal support strong enough to keep the father out of prison. When he's brought into the loop, he promises to see what he can do, though it's clear the situation is grim. As the night deepens, the mother receives a call that shatters her hope. Her husband's voice quivers as he explains that despite his cooperation and claim of self-defense, the police have decided to charge him with murder. The news leaves her devastated. The episode closes with mother and son in tears, torn between guilt and heartbreak. As she clings to her youngest and tries to steady her family, she knows the truth can't stay buried forever, and faces the overwhelming realization that she's carrying another child. EastEnders replaces 3 iconic characters for tense new scene in the Vic. The trio are back. The long-running soap is set for a playful transformation this week, as EastEnders gears up for a nostalgic twist featuring a de-aged version of Walford's most famous faces. To celebrate this year's BBC Children in Need appeal, airing on the 14th of November, viewers will be treated to a special Queen Vic scene unlike any other. A first-look image released by the BBC shows 16-year-old BAFTA winner and Children in Need presenter Lenny Rush stepping into the spotlight, taking over the roles of not one, but 3 beloved EastEnders icons. Lenny and Pudsey the Bear are ready to take over the Vic, joined by 3 child actors portraying mini versions of Cat Moon, Phil Mitchell, and Billy Mitchell. The pint-sized trio will share the screen with familiar faces Alfie Moon, played by Shane Ritchie, and Lauren Branning, played by Jacqueline Josser. According to the show's teaser, the special sketch promises classic EastEnders tension. Tempers flare inside the Queen Vic as accusations over missing belongings fly in every direction. While the spoof will deliver laughs for charity, the main show's storyline takes a far darker turn. In upcoming episodes, Zoe Slater finds herself in danger as her mysterious stalker continues to close in. The terror escalates when a sinister message appears, scrawled across the Vic's barrel store, and Zoe discovers a single earring dropped nearby. Determined to uncover the truth, Zoe begins searching for the owner of the lost jewellery, convinced it could reveal who's been tormenting her. An EastEnders insider hinted. Kat and Alfie may have doubted Zoe's fears at first, but the chilling message in the barrel store changes everything. The moment they see the threatening words scrawled across the wall, an icy silence falls over the room. It's no longer just Zoe's imagination or paranoia. It's proof that someone has invaded their lives and is determined to torment them. The Slaters are left reeling, the reality of the situation finally sinking in. Kat feels a surge of guilt for ever questioning her daughter, her heart pounding as she realizes how real the danger truly is. Alfie, too, is consumed with regret, his protective instincts flaring as he looks around the Vic, suddenly seeing shadows where there were none before. Zoe stands frozen, terrified but strangely resolute. This time, she knows she's not alone in her fear. Then, amidst the shock, Zoe notices something glinting near the edge of the room, a small, delicate earring. Picking it up, she feels a chill run through her. It's unfamiliar, foreign, and most importantly, it's evidence. In that instant, the earring transforms from a forgotten trinket into their one tangible lead, the key that might finally expose who's been haunting them all along. EastEnders confirms major new clue that could solve Zoe's stalker mystery. Next week on EastEnders, Zoe Slater's tormentor strikes once again, but this time, they may have made a crucial mistake that could finally expose them. The trouble begins when the Slaters discover a chilling message scrawled across the walls of the Vic's barrel store. Nearby, Zoe spots an earring that appears to have been dropped in haste, and immediately suspects it could belong to the person who's been stalking her for weeks. Kat and Alfie may have doubted Zoe's fears at first, but the writing on the wall makes things crystal clear, our EastEnders insider reveals. The Slaters are left shaken, but the earring gives them hope that they might finally have something to trace back to the culprit. The week opens with Alfie still harboring suspicions that Zoe might be behind the chaos herself. When a series of cruel online reviews about the Vic appear, all signed with Zoe's name, Alfie becomes convinced she's orchestrating the drama for attention. However, Kat's growing concern for her daughter pushes Alfie to take action. To ease her mind, he enlists Freddie to trace the source of the online posts, hoping to identify the real stalker once and for all. But tensions boil over when Alfie, fed up with the constant disruption, demands that Zoe leave the pub. Kat fiercely defends her daughter, and just as a family row erupts, a sudden noise from downstairs halts them in their tracks. Rushing to investigate, they're horrified to find the threatening graffiti smeared across the barrel store walls. Alfie instantly realizes Zoe couldn't have been behind this, our source explains. She was upstairs with them the whole time. He's filled with guilt and makes an emotional apology, leading to a heartfelt family reconciliation. Before long, the Slaters' attention turns back to the mysterious earring, the only solid lead they have. As they launch their own investigation to uncover who it belongs to, they begin to hope the nightmare might finally be nearing its end. Can Zoe and her family expose the stalker and reclaim peace at the Vic? Or is the terror just beginning? EastEnders airs Monday to Thursday at 7:30 p.m. on BBC One, with new episodes available from 6 a.m. on BBC iPlayer.